In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. This is Tanveer Lashari and we are going to discuss about the brief history of the Europe. The history of Europe is traditionally divided into four periods. First of all, there is prehistoric Europe or prehistoric era, period to about 800 BC. If we talk about the prehistoric Europe, since from the history of the men get started to be written either on the paintings and the caves or written on the leaves. But the history was stored by any means. The paper was not invented at that time. It was the prehistoric age and the humans were not living in the civilized form and they was living in the caves. Then comes the Paleolithic era or Paleolithic Europe. We can call this era as an old stone age. In this era, humans became a little bit conscious about their life and they started to make the tools from the stones and the pots from the stones. They started hunting from the tools that were made by the stones. There is the Neolithic era after the Paleolithic era. In this era, the things of the Paleolithic era became more polished and they made the tools more sharp. They became more civilized as before. They started the proper farming and the storage of their food. And there comes the Bronze Age or Metal Age. In this age, the people had got the knowledge of the metallurgy and they started to make the metal tools, and it was the early modern age of the Europe. After the age of the metallurgy, the people from all over the world started to migrate towards the Europe. The Indo-European migration was a great migration from the east and the southeast towards the Europe. During this period, the Roman Empire came to dominate the entire Mediterranean basin. In late 4th century, the Germanic people also migrated towards the Roman Empire. In 476 AD, there happened the fall of the Western Roman Empire, while the Eastern Roman Empire would continue for another 1,000 years. The first great empire of the Middle Ages was Frankish Empire of the Charlemagne. After the decline of the Western Roman Empire, there came the rise of the Viking people. It is also called the Viking Age. The Viking Age started from the 9th century from the Sweden island and Denmark. The Viking people or Norse men were especially the seafaring warriors. They raided the Europe many times during the 9th to the 11th century. Last the Middle Ages, this era was marked by the large population declines as Europe was threatened by the bubonic plague and invasions by the Mongols from the Eurasian steppe. At the end of the Middle Ages, there was a transition period known as Renaissance. Thanks for watching. Let's meet in the next video.